What is going on, everybody? We are back with another Diablo 4 video. I am still on my hardcore Necromancer, but I want to get... I say still, but you've probably not even seen my hardcore Necromancer yet. So what you're going to see is a build video. So if we actually go to the build, I am only level 38, but this is pretty much, you only need to be around level 30 to complete this build. And it revolves around being entirely blood other than Decrepify, because Decrepify is just like a... You don't really need Decrepify, but you can change it with any spell that you like. For example, I don't know where it is. Let's say Corpse Tendrils or something. You can replace it with this. Corpse Tendrils might actually be better, but it depends if you've got the ability to spawn corpses. So the start of the build is you're going to go up into Hemorrhage and take Initiate's Hemorrhage, because this grants you Fortify. Now, if you didn't know, there is something known as Overpower? Yeah, Overpower, which is a... every blood spell has the ability to overpower. So if we look here, you've got Supernatural Bloodlands, so I'll talk you through it, but that can, after hitting 8 times, guarantees an overpower. The next one also guarantees an overpower. And all the way down here, every 15 seconds, it guarantees overpower. Now the way that overpower works is it's based off your current health and also your current fortify. So when you get all the way up to your whole life fortify and also have maximum health, you'll be dealing that much damage. So it's almost like you're pretty much a tanky Necromancer that deals a heck of a lot of damage. I'll show you when we get them shortly. But so what you want to do is you want to go up Hemorrhage and make sure you get Initiate's Hemorrhage. Once you've got Initiate's Hemorrhage, you can level this up if you want, and at a higher level you'll want to. But then we will go into Blood Surge, because Blood Surge is going to be able to clear mobs a lot more quickly anyway, and then eventually get Paranormal Blood Surge. Now, this combination already will be really strong, because you'll be getting every 5 stacks of overwhelming blood, you'll get Blood Surge Overpower, which will do however much health you're on, excess damage. So we also want to go through this and get Bloodlance. Once you've got to here, I recommend you get to this one first. Then you can go up to Bloodlance, Enhanced Bloodlance, and Supernatural. These are your main abilities. These are really strong. And then once you've actually done this, you won't need any of that. You'll just need to be able to get to the next tree, which we will take Blood Mist. Again, Blood Mist is insane with this build, because I'll show you in a minute. This ability is a get out of dodge ability, so meaning that if you're going to take damage and you're taking damage, then you can literally use it to make yourself immune and heal up, right? It's not meant to be an offensive ability, but this sort of does the most damage in this thing if you have this proc. But this requires you to be all the way down to the end of the keys. So I will show you what I mean by why this is so strong, because you need maximum fortify, but once you have maximum fortify, this melts. And then you also want the secondary part of this talent, which is Overpower reduces the cooldown of Blood Mist. So this is because if you are actually using a lot of overpowers, which we are, we will be able to get this back really, really quickly. Now, that means that it's pretty much up permanently, so we can always get out of trouble, which is perfect for a hardcore series, which I'm using, and is perfect for anybody who doesn't want to die, which is most people. So if we go all the way down to the next tree, you'll want Decrepify, because it's just a filler, and then you'll want to get all of these. Now, I recommend you get everything other than Transfusion, because we won't have minions, but you'll have Gruesome Mending, like all of these up as it increases damage. This increases overpower damage. This increases the chance of you fortifying, and fortify is basically the main source of this build. Then you'll want to get Blood Wave once you've got down to this tree, and you'll take Standalone, which reduces your damage, increases your damage reduction, as well as sacrificing the skeletons and the mages increases their bonus sacrifice by 60%. This is also massive. You really need this, because all of this stacks up to make an insanely damaging build. So once you've done all that and you've finally got to around, I think it's level 30 odd, you'll want to get Rathma's Vigor. Now, this is basically the bread and butter of this build as well, because these two take a while to charge up, Whereas this stacks up to use all of the abilities. So we could use Blood Wave and do overpower damage. We could use Blood Mist and do overpower damage. Every single one of these has some massive pros. So this is why this is one of the most damage dealing abilities, and you'll understand shortly. So once you've done that and followed the build, feel free to get anything that you want off that. But pause the video, I'll just go over it short again. So we want every single blood skill that you can get, which is Hemorrhage, all the way up to Initiate's Hemorrhage. Then you want to take these two, which is Enhanced Blood Surge, which heals you, and then get the Overpower. Then Bloodlands, Enhanced Bloodlands and Supernatural Bloodlands, again, getting that Overpower ability. Then you're going down to the Blood Mist and grabbing Blood Mist, then Enhanced Blood Mist, and then also Blood Mist that fortifies, because fortification is massive in this build again. I can't stress that enough, it's insane. So once you've done that, you'll want to come down to here. You can ignore this for now and just level up these. This is just in case you want a little bit extra damage, and you can swap this ability out with anything you'd like, because it doesn't really matter what this is because it's not blood. So next you'll want to build up through all of these. Remember to pause the video at any time to take these down. I may put them in the comments as well. So you'll want the all of these talents other than Transfusion, because Transfusion is useless, we don't have minions. Finally, we'll want Blood Wave, then you'll probably want Blood Wave slows and Blood Wave leaves Blood Orbs, because Blood Orbs are really good to get that healing in, because I very rarely need to use a healing potion in this build. And then these are really, really important. So you want damage reduction, as well as skeletal warriors and skeletal mages. You may not need the damage reduction all the way up to maximum on your build, because you may be playing on normal, whereas I'm playing on hardcore, so damage reduction is massive. And then finally, the biggest importance of the talent is Rathma's Vigor, because we're using fully blood spells, and it makes them, any single one of them, overpowered. So now that we've done that, we'll go into Skeletal Warriors. So Skeletal Warriors, I have gone for the physical resistance, just because non-physical resistance, sorry, just because more survivability, and we're on hardcore. This will actually allow you to survive a lot longer, and to be fair, these are pretty naff. So increased crit chance is 5%, and then times that by 60%, you're probably getting about 9% extra crit chance, which is meh. Whereas this for hardcore is the special. If you're on normal, I would recommend you probably get that one, but it depends on what you want. And then we go Skeletal Mages. This is the biggest one. 40% increased overpower damage when you sacrifice. Like, that is huge, on top of things that I will talk about in the items. So get this. This is needed for this build. Even if you're going to run with some skeletons, which I recommend you don't, because the more pets you have sacrificed, the better. And then finally, the Iron Golem needs to be sacrificed, which you will need to be maybe 32 for this aspect. You deal extra critical strike damage, but you lose the Golem, which again, we don't need pets, we suffice enough. So next, we'll talk about what you'll want. The major things that you want to focus on, you can think of anything else you can do yourself, but the enhancement is going to be for the aspect is Imprinted Blood Surge, or you could do the non-imprinted Blood Surge and go for the one that uses Bloodlands, but I recommend the Blood Surge because this doubles the amount of overpower you get per Blood Surge. It doesn't double it, it does 30%, but 30% of a lot is still a lot. So then we want to talk about the actual gems. So gems that you'll want to focus on, which I focus on a little bit of healing received, but we do want to have health, because everything relies on your health. The more health you have, the more damage you do. Sounds silly, but the more health you have, the more damage you actually do, because the more health you have, the more fortification you can get, and that means that you can do that much damage once you've got maximum fort. And this gets, not this one, this one gets 1.6 base lab as fortification each time, so you need to hit a few times for this, but that's why we've got the talents that fortify us as well with the blood spell. If we go back into here, where is it? Here. Hitting an enemy with blood skills has a 25% chance to fortify you for 8%. But this also has a chance to 100% fortify, which is a massive, massive damage spike. So what I was on about is we need to get rubies. Rubies are your #1 go-to because it increases life in your armor. As you can see, maximum life, and its percentage maximum life, as well as overpower damage. So I keep hitting the mic, sorry. Overpower damage is the absolute beast of this build. If you don't have overpower damage extra, you won't be doing anywhere near as much damage as I am, especially in your weapons. And also, if you have you need the rubies in your items as well. So any item, apart from because I don't know what does the ruby do again. I've forgotten what the ruby does on here. I think it might be fire resistance or something, but it doesn't need to be in your jewelry, just in your armor and your weapons. So let's get to the area and show you what I mean by this. This is insane. I may not be able to get the full fortify, but let's just. Oh, we've actually got to event again. Right. So let's go to talk to. Oh wait, it's not talking. Why can't I've lagged out. I have lagged out. What the heck is going on? I can't press anything. Hello? Game? Oh my gosh. Am I actually gonna die here? I can't press anything. I'm literally screwed. I fully can't press anything. I need to go into the dungeon. If I die here, I am not playing this game anymore. I can't press anything! What the frick, man? I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Why can't I press anything, man? I need to get to that dungeon. I really need to get to the dungeon. 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 Dungeon. Get to. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Interact. Let me in. Oh my god, I'm in. Oh. Okay. Well, that was scary. That was terrifying. I really hope that I'm not bleeding. Why? I literally can't use abilities. Look, you can see me pressing them. Right, 1 second. I'm just going to have to relog. Oh my gosh. That was absolutely terrifying. Like, absolutely terrifying. So here we go. 4k damage. And we've not got the Fortify up. So let me just get Fortify up. And once we've got Fortify up, which hopefully we get proc so it doesn't take a million years. Come on, give me Fortify. Give me Fortify. Give me Fortify. Give me Fortify. I'll choose this. As you can see, 1000 damage just from this. Now, this obviously will be scaled up exponentially. I'm only level 38, but I wanted to get this build out as fast as possible so people can see the power of blood. So let's just try and get the Fortify up to the max level. Also, like I said, you can collect hemorrhages, so you basically have 3 pots. Right, come on. Let's do this. Right, now all we need to do is keep this stuff going, and the Fortify going, sorry. And then I will show you the true power of it. So, almost there. We have almost full Fortify. And just keep this going. I don't know why the game did that. It literally almost destroyed my hardcore thing. But here we go. Right, so as you can see, we just did everything. It does 5 damage, right? I'm pretty sure it does 5 damage. How much damage do you do? Like 2 damage. It does nothing basically, but it does a lot when you. So here we go. Watch. Look at that damage. We literally just one-shot everything. Let's just prove the point. So let's go over to the event and keep the Fortify up just to make everything easier on us. Hopefully it doesn't bug us out again. If it bugs us out again, I'm not going to be happy. But there you go. Just absolutely demolished everything. And if we stack, so let's say we use our Blood Lances, we only need 8 to throw. But you need to be, the one thing that this is a little bit bad with is use of Essence. Now, you need the Essence to take it, but let's just make sure we've got everything stacked. And use all this. And then, now that we've got that, we can basically, oh, like I said, Essence is bad. Now that we're fortified, 1-2. Literally one-shot it. Like, that's because we're using our health, and it's using so much bonus damage, and our fortify is basically always up, because we can deal so much damage. Right, so let's just... I do have to concentrate a little bit rather than speak, because if I don't, then there's a chance of me dying. I need to actually get this as well, or I need to collect the soul. There you go, bang. Literally minces everything. The moment you get overpowered, you do so much damage. Like, when I mean so much, I mean literally 7k damage. Like, that's only... I'm only level 38. So bear in mind, I'm only level 38. And we're doing... That only does 600 damage. So, let me just work it out. Let me just figure out how much damage we're actually doing. Plus, it scales on your health, so that means you're more healthy. So let's just go back to base, and I will have a question on how much damage we're actually doing. Okay, so this spell alone was doing around 12 times the amount of damage that it does normally, just from Overpower, when fully stacked with Fortify. So, obviously, remember that you need rubies. Chipped rubies are the best. If I could put that in, and it will actually grant more life, so the more maximum life you have, the better. And obviously, if you have the percentage maximum life on it, it's even better, because you're really difficult to kill, and you do more damage. So, like, say, let's just unhook this. Where is it? Gemsmith. So let's just take out the gem from here. This one. And we can add the ruby in. So now we've got 900. So we do around 1800 plus all the modifiers and God knows what. So 1800 flat damage just from the Overpower's original, plus all of the modifiers. Now, the better rubies you have, the more damage you're going to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this build video. It took me a while to find, so if you can, I would appreciate if you hit the like, and if you want to see more Diablo content, hit the subscribe button. That's it from me.
So put the match class that's a fact. Never backtrack. ADD's my life hack. Addicted to spitting rap. Angels on my back. 111, telling me to carry on.